Bobby Lee recently went on the Joe Rogan Experience and shared a story about his unusual trip to Israel. I wanted to show you guys this clip, especially considering the current state of the world. Let's get into it.
I want to talk to you about an episode that I saw. But you having to go to Israel, was that on that or was that somewhere else?
Yeah, was that?
What was that like? Tell me what happened. Do you not want to talk about it?
I can do it. Because I'm not saying anything that's like wrong. It's just something that happened. So, I get a call from Steve Byrne.
Just so everyone knows, Steve Byrne is an American stand-up comedian, actor, and writer from New Jersey.
And Steve goes, you want to go to Israel?
How long ago was this?
14 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I go, why? I don't want to do a show there. And he goes, no, I got a call and they're flying out a bunch of comedians and actors and it's a free trip. And I go, why? I don't know. They just want to show us the country and their culture. And you get nice hotels, free meals, and you get a tour of like...
Are you not performing?
No.
Nothing.
That's already kind of suspicious from the start. You know the saying, if it's free, you're the product.
So I went there with Jamie Chung, Brian Greenberg, they're actors, and Steve Lopez went out, George Lopez.
Okay.
And we went out there, and then when we got there, they were like, welcome. We're like, thanks. And they were like, but every day you have to tweet how great Israel is.
Isn't that weird? It really puts things into perspective when you think about our politicians today, especially when you hear people like MTG exposing Israel's influence in government. Have a listen.
So just so you know, every August, that's our August recess. That's the 1 month where we're not here in Washington, D.C. We go back to our districts. It's called a district work period. It's a time to get back in your district, back to the people that voted for you, work in your office. For the love of God, see your family and friends, know, be a normal human a little bit.
Right.
But that's when they take them to Israel, is during our 1 month.
Is this every year?
It's every other year.
Every other year?
Now, they take all the new freshmen that come in, because we're elected every 2 years. So every other year, every 2 years is a whole new pack of members of Congress. But not just the freshmen go, a whole bunch of existing members of Congress go on the trips, and they have a Democrat trip and a Republican trip. Well, they bring them in. They spend time in having all types of informative sessions. They meet with members of the Israeli government, the prime minister, of course, Benjamin Netanyahu meets with them, and it's extensive. They go on tours. They spend a lot of time there, and that's what happens. That's what AIPAC does, and AIPAC also is a big group of donors in America, and there's a lot of Christians in the group, and there's a lot of Jews. It's American Jews and Christians, and they donate to all kinds of just state candidates, state and federal candidates, and they donate to them, but it's purely for the purposes of having their support for Israel, and that you have to register under the law, under FARA, if you are a foreign lobbyist for a foreign country. So any American citizen.
So Saudi Arabia.
Sure.
Any of them are registered.
They have to be.
As a foreign lobby.
It's required by law.
One exception is Israel.
For some reason, AIPAC does not have to register.
And Congress people, Democrats and Republicans, are there all the time hearing from the prime minister and the Israeli government about how to better advocate for Israel in America.
Absolutely. They all come back with the same talking points.
Every day.
Yeah, like put out a tweet.
They told you have to, and they didn't say anything about that before you left?
I don't remember them saying it before.
But they might have?
They could have.
Right, maybe they said it to Steve, and Steve conveniently left it out.
I don't know, but I do know that I feel like if they did say it, that I would have questioned it.
So this is the early days of Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So when was Twitter's only like 12 years old?
It was 10 years ago then, I don't know.
How old's Twitter? Oh, there it is.
2006.
Israel Unfiltered. So 2006.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So 2006, when was that?
Look at your face.
Yeah. I have to tweet? Yeah. But here's what happened. As soon as I tweeted the first thing, I already knew, like, oh my God, I think I'm in trouble.
Why? What'd you say?
I just said, Israel's great. They're beautiful people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then, like, it was just like, and they flew us out here for free. And then you would just get 1,000, like, you know what I mean? That were like, Palestinian, and going, you and just, it was like negative. And there was these gigantic wars that would go on in the comment section.
Oh, boy.
It just got really uncomfortable. And then I just remember, there I am.
Look at you. Nice hat. Bro, you should wear that all the time.
I know, I look cute with it.
Is that the famous wall?
That's the wall, yeah.
What did it feel like to be around that wall? That wall's old as fuck, right? How
Yeah.
old's that wall?
A little background on this particular site. The Western Wall, also known as the Wailing Wall, is a sacred site in Jerusalem. It's the last remaining part of the ancient Jewish temple complex, destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE. The wall is considered the holiest place where Jews can pray, and visitors from all over the world come to place written prayers between its stones.
I put a note in it. You could write little letters. You know what I mean?
Letters to Jesus.
Yeah. And you put
Dear
it in there.
Jesus.
But then toward the end, I was just like, I got to get the out of here, I think. Yeah, I was just like.
How many tweets did you make? And did you keep going after they were attacking you?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You have to.
You have
Otherwise,
to.
you don't get your hotel.
Yeah. It was like a
What
free
you gonna
thing.
do?
And I didn't know the significance of it until later, almost. Like, you know what I mean? Or not the significance, but like what the impact of it, you know?
Right.
I mean, obviously I have my opinions about it, you know what I mean? That I'm keeping to myself, but it's like, you know, it's not fully aligned, you know what I mean, with what people think that I should be, you know? You have to be careful because I live in LA and, you know.
Oh, I hear you.
It's crazy to me that, depending on where you live, you might have to censor your beliefs in today's world.
Yeah.
Look, it's a complicated issue.
It's so complicated.
And it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's when you look at the video of when they do an overhead of what Gaza used to look like and what it looks like now,
But it's like 25,000 now,
at least.
at least.
They don't know how many people are dead. They have no idea.
And just the
half the population is women and children.
As of October 22nd, 2025, more than 71,200 people have lost their lives as a result of this conflict.
and the trauma.
Uh-huh.
And the fucking, you know, famine. It's just, I just can't even comprehend it, really.
Yeah, and the Israelis tell you that it's necessary, and that they have to get rid of Hamas, and this is the way to do it. But just
I mean, I
Jesus
believe
Christ.
that. I believe that. I believe that maybe that should be, but I think the approach could be different, right?
Well,
Or no?
I don't have any expertise in war.
Neither.
But I'm horrified that they can just shoot missiles into buildings. And they tell people to get out, but then they bomb the areas where they're going to. I mean, the whole thing's nuts, man. It's nuts, and it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. These Free Palestine marches that are happening all over the world, those are all organized too, by the way. When you get on social media and you see the Free Palestine people and the pro-Israel people, what percentage of those people are bots?
Right.
It's not zero. It's not zero. There's a lot of what's getting stirred up, a lot of the hateful things that are being said, a lot of the crazy things that are being said. I guarantee you a lot of that's being instigated by foreign countries.
This ties into the dead internet theory. The idea that most of the internet today isn't driven by real people, but by bots, algorithms, and AI-generated content. According to the theory, much of what we see online, from social media posts to comments and even news, is artificially created to shape opinions and control narratives.
And that's on top of the horrific nature of the issue itself, both of October 7th, which is undeniably horrific.
Horrific.
And then this. And then on top of that, you have this open anti-Semitism that we never saw before, where it's just open everywhere. It's wild.
It's fucking terrible.
It's so scary, man.
But it's also an issue that will never be resolved.
But it's not just that it'll never be resolved. Like, I never thought it was going to be an issue where the presidents of like major universities were standing in front of Congress and they were justifying people saying death to Jews, that it wasn't harassment unless it was actionable.
I'm gonna tell you, that's insane. Yeah.
Like what? Like what? And then when the congresswoman was trying to get them to expand on that, do you mean actual genocide? Then it's harassment when they commit actual genocide.
yeah.
What the are you saying?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing we were talking about. It's the cult. They're in that leftist cult.
It's becoming more common to see major conservative influencers posting anti-Israel content because of how concerning this situation has become. Things are really getting out of hand.
And it's not reasonable. It doesn't make any sense. It's all crazy.
Oh, and when they were like, Osama bin Laden could have been right or whatever, that, do you remember that fucking friend?
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking insane. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? And these are people, right, that weren't there. I was
That's
there.
a TikTok thing, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden.
In 2000, right, or 2001, I was on Mad TV. 9/11 happened. I went to work the next day. Andrew Daly, one of the actors, his cousin was on one of the flights.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? And I could feel the pain. And, you know, we were inundated with the fucking footage.
Yeah.
And just in the moment, it was horrifying.
Yeah.
It changed America.
100%.
100%. And now people that weren't even around then, kids, which is fine. But now they have these grand ideas about it's insane.
Facts from Bobby Lee. You rarely see him being this serious, but that's what happens when you go on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Look, there's a certain reality to American imperialism. It doesn't do anybody any good to deny it.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
military bases
You're right, yeah.
everywhere.
You're right, yeah.
If you were a foreign country, in a nationalistic foreign country, of course you'd hate America. Of course you'd hate what we do. I mean, look at what's going on right now with this Ukraine-Russia thing. Look at how much money's being funneled through that.
As of now, the West has committed and provided over $300 billion in aid to Ukraine. I can't help but wonder how much of that money actually goes to the cause and how much ends up in politicians' pockets.
The fact that all of a sudden no one wanted to admit that Ukraine had always been a very corrupt country. There's a crazy Twitter exchange between Candace Owens and the New York Times, where Candace Owens was talking about how corrupt Ukraine is. And then the New York Times says to her, like, what evidence do you have that Ukraine is corrupt? She goes, oh, you mean the links from your newspaper? And just from like 2016 and before that, there's all these stories about how corrupt Ukraine is in the New York Times. They didn't even bother looking it up because when you're in the cult says you support Ukraine.
It's incredible how Candace Owens manages to expose these narratives so effortlessly. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time on Comedy Minds.